Hey, now would you believe this is like the third duel on Dueling Network that I done caught that has this same plant build? I mean, no fucking variety whatsoever. Yeah, like I said, I'm just on Dueling Network checking some stuff out, checking out duels, seeing what people have, what they're using, like what's popular. Like this is just something that I do. I just watch duels. Like anytime I get done playing, I just watch duels on here just to see. Well, from what I'm seeing, I'm just seeing. I'm watching duels just to see the exact same thing I saw the last 10 duels. So I'm not too impressed with the originality because there is no originality. I mean, I've seen this plant build. I mean, come on now, Lone Fire Blossom. The majority of the time you see this card, it's with somebody using like some Tengu plant tech tech genius hyper librarian build type crap. But yeah, I mean, it's no variety because people put these decks up online and about like 10 million people, exaggeration, they copy the formula and copy the deck because they can't come up with nothing themselves. It's it sucks. I mean, yeah, you got some people that's gonna argue that, well, like once you do the math, it's only so many cards in Yu-Gi-Oh, and how many people play this game. But you can always tell who actually put some time in creating something themselves, opposed to somebody that just copied some recipe that they found online. Because this deck right here, I've seen this deck build so much on here to the point I just don't want to see it no more. In terms of, I would like to see something different. I would like to go up against something different, which is the reason why I started putting uh um which is the reason why I started putting some restrictions on my room that says no plants and no tingus. Just people think it's because I can't, uh, like like beat this certain deck or beat another deck. It's not that. It's just that once you see like the same thing multiple times, it just gets boring, and you would like to see what else is out there. And I have yet to see what else is out there because people continuously use the exact same thing. And when you know it, Trishula freaking Iceberry. Look at that. That's another card that I've seen too much of. I mean, it's like people just copy the same formula somebody else did and don't even care about being original with their, deck builds. Like they just want something, you know. Mm, yeah, I mean, like I said, people gonna play with what they want to play with, so I can't. In that sense, I can't get mad at them. But when you sit there and you copy somebody else's formula, as far as like, you know, like somebody else's deck recipe, it's no way you can sit there and even consider calling yourself original when it comes to this game, because you're doing what everybody else is doing in terms of like you're not well not everybody because it's just an exaggeration of you know like a lot of people, but yeah, but hopefully y'all understand what I'm saying. It's like you don't see people trying to create their own deck builds because, people put these deck recipes online, and people just copy them, and like they don't try to improve on them, like they don't try to see what else works, or like what can work better or anything like that. So they just, yeah, the originality, as far as like I like my experience with the game in its entirety, there's no originality. All you see people using on this site alone, just on this site alone, is the same archetypes, the same Tengu plant Tech Genius Hyper Librarian build. Like, I hardly ever see anybody using the Gravekeepers. But that's just me. I hardly ever see anybody using the Gravekeepers. I hardly ever see anybody using, the Magicians. I hardly ever see anybody using X-Sabers. I hardly ever see anybody using anything that isn't, quote unquote popular. And I don't know. It's just very, very repetitive and sickening. Like when you see the same thing so many times. And I know a lot of people that play this game, like they can relate to me. Like, when I say that, like you just get tired of seeing the same thing. It's like, can I please get something else to play against besides the same thing over and over? Because that is not enjoyable. If anything, it makes the game a lot less enjoyable because it's making it seem like the entire game revolves around only those cards, which it doesn't. It's just that people don't even attempt to use their brain to try to, think that maybe, just maybe, it's something outside of what's popular and well known that possibly works better. Like you see a lot of people using like Solemn Warning and Solemn Judgment, and because of that, people just think that paying all those life points is just like the best thing ever to do, even though it stops basically anything. You still gotta pay that LP, and sometimes paying those life points isn't a good thing. There's good cards, like me personally, I'd rather use compulsory evacuation device or um counter. Like that way I don't have to worry about no LP cost, and you'll be out of either 2,000 or like half your life points, which more times than none means like 4,000, and that's 4,000 life points I ain't gotta worry about. 2 to 4,000 life points I ain't gotta worry about for the rest of that duel. So thank you for your help. You just killed yourself for me. Suicide is such a great thing when you're not the one doing it. In terms of Yu-Gi-Oh, of course, I don't condone suicide whatsoever, but yeah, I don't know. It's just, this game is just starting to get a lot less enjoyable for me. But hey, that's just me. I would like to go up against something different. I would like to see more people. I would like to see more people introduce like more variety to this game in terms of like, you know, just trying to build your own decks and not copying a recipe that you found online or on one of these websites that they have out here. Because I'm so sick of seeing this card. It's ridiculous. But hey, I guess that was my rant for today. And if you want to face me on Dueling Network, my name is AZAREAL. And yeah, like just add me on there. And well, if you see me online, just like just hit me with a private message, and I'll play you. I don't mind at all. So yeah, that's the last duel right there, and I'll be talking to y'all later.